Marked in the skin of the soul. I tense my jaw and write a line. Stop. This is supposed to be personal. I take a big breath that sends chills down my spine. Anyone who reads this will probably kill me. What will everybody think? I hope there's not enough evidence for anyone to send me to the counselor's office. Just recently, I have begun to think about consequences. But again, before I didn't have to, given that life was so simple. Whoa, someone's melodramatic, some might think. I get that a lot, or not at all, since I can also hide it pretty well. I'm sure all of this won't make sense to most of the people who read this, but it's the only way to explain my extremely phony and complicated life. I'm a compulsive liar, a hypocrite, and a moody person. I can't help it. Words pour out of my mouth uncontrollably, unwillingly. Well, it also depends on the person I'm with. I hate and love everybody. I'm a mixture of personalities that I describe as 6 souls living in one body. And man, does this get me in trouble. One word to describe myself would be tolerant. I like to listen. No wait, I love to listen. Just listening, maybe commenting a few times. Maybe that is why some say I'm a good person to talk to. I don't judge, or at least I don't show my judgment. Not to their faces at least. Feeling cocky, aren't I? Let me rephrase the tolerance. I am tolerant, but more specifically to attitudes, even terrible ones. Honestly, from the outside I portray a calm person, not very interesting if you ask me. Probably 70% or more people who have seen me will describe me as an introvert, not very talkative, and even a little cynical. The other 30% might think I am honestly out of my mind, the weirdest person in maybe the whole school. Inside, a collage of emotions and personalities winding up with each other, creating some type of bubbles ready to explode. It might take months, even years. It has only happened 4 times. I blame it on the stress, another important dangerous factor. Metaphorically, I am tied up by strings, and different things pull them in different directions at the same time. Usually, my tolerance makes me a little elastic, but not to an infinite degree. Why am I being pulled to opposite sides? It's the fault of 6 souls, or as I like to call them, my alter egos. Each of with its own activities and responsibilities. Which one is the original? It's none. Maybe I haven't found it, or it may be simply undescribable. Mixing them would end up in a very nice way. Yep, I'm a loony all over the place. Does this make sense, or does it sound as crazy as what Lewis Carroll wrote? For the ones who don't know him, he is the author of Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. He was a mathematician who decided to defy all the laws that existed and make them into a book. I admire his creativity, although he was probably on drugs or hallucinating when he wrote the book, because what kind of person at a grown age could imagine these crazy stories? These are books that make you think, where the main problem is within the own character's mind. An inner dilemma that constantly reminds me of my philosophy class. How do you know you are you? I usually dislike these kinds of questions with no answer, and that is why I don't enjoy philosophy class. But sometimes it comes back to you and haunts you, like this book. How do you know what's real and what isn't? How are you sure something exists? The only thing I know is that this book, in its nonsense, makes a little of sense. And that's why I like it. Because I'm hoping somewhere, someone may understand me in my exaggerated personality. That's it. The end. It actually continues, but last year I made a promise that I wasn't gonna read this because it was my personal anthology until I was graduating, but I didn't have anything good to read, so I had to read this. So that's it. The end.